We'll check out the Live to Lead conference.
We'll preview Chicago the musical.
And we'll meet artist Robert Batson.
All this and more coming up About Town.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to About Town. I'm Craig Bowman.
And I'm Kathy Whiteman, and look who's back. I am so thrilled to welcome Craig back to the show. I haven't seen you in a while. What in the world's been going on?
It's been a while, yeah. Well, I've been really busy. I've been traveling a lot. My business is really successful, and it's just taken off, which is nice because I'm right here next to the airport, so I can fly off to Colorado or Montana or New York, wherever I need to go. So we just love it here.
I kind of love your life. Can I just say that? And I also love it that your business, Solo Shoe,
yes,
covers so many great things happening here in Irving.
A few things, yeah. Some we'll talk about today, so that's cool.
Yep. So I'm glad you're here.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
And we're glad that you're here because we've got a really full show today, including news on the Irving Schools Foundation's Legacy Gala and the Irving Symphony's movie Spectacular.
We'll also preview Unite for Troops 2016 and the entertainment series' next concert featuring American Idol star Melinda Doolittle. She's one of my favorites.
She is fabulous. As always, we invite you to email us. Let us know about stories you'd like to see and events that you'd like to promote.
So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter, or you can still email us at ictn@cityofirving.org.
It still works. Rise Performance Group and the Credit Union of Texas teamed up to bring a very special leadership event to Irving, benefiting the Irving Schools Foundation. Here are some highlights.
School is not in session on this Friday in October, but the auditorium at Singley Academy is open for business.
You have to see in yourself and what Live to Lead is giving you.
Live to Lead, the National Leadership Conference, comes to Irving for the second year.
It's Live to Lead, which is a national simulcast.
The whole idea there is they get a chance to hear from recognized leadership experts from across the country.
John Maxwell, Simon Sinek, some of the best thought leaders out there are here virtually from Atlanta.
If you and I were at the table and I could spend one day with you, there are 5 things I would want to make sure.
They're talking about leadership and how to be a great leader. So we have our adult group up here. We have about 75 to 100 people up here at Singley Academy. And then we also have about 400 of our students down in the auditorium watching as well.
Local businesses sponsor the event.
Rise Performance Group with Mark Fenner sponsors this. So there's a cost associated with having the simulcast come out here to us, and he covers that and underwrites it completely. Credit Union of Texas and the Irving Hispanic Chamber of Commerce were our presenting sponsors this year, and so they helped us put this on.
The students also engage with local leaders and have a special activity after the simulcast.
After the students finish the simulcast, they will go through Reality Fair, put on by Credit Union of Texas.
The students are given a fictitious job, salary, and credit card.
And they have to go through a simulation of buying a house and buying a car.
And all the other necessities of adult life.
But you're going to have to buy your own, right? So I would go with that one.
And at the different booths, the volunteers will be trying to encourage them to buy the more expensive items, like the real life.
What else? What else would you spend your money on?
They'll go through that, and at the very end, they sit down and have a budget counselor, a real life budget counselor, sit down with them, and it's that real talk. They're going to talk real life.
Men's cut, $16.
A fun exercise designed to give the students a foundation in financial literacy,
responsibly young adult,
as they prepare for adult life. And an added bonus of the day.
All of the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds, will go to 2 scholarships for our students. So I'm happy to announce that the net proceeds from today are $10,000. So we have 2 $5,000 scholarships.
A day full of good reasons to come to school on a day off. This is Kathy Whiteman reporting.
So you need to put negative 250, second box there.
The Irving Schools Foundation is all about helping students prepare for success, and providing financial support in the form of scholarships is a key part of their mission. Crystal Scanio and Christina Gears are here with me with details on the foundation's signature fundraiser, the Legacy Gala. This is always so much fun.
Yes.
So, what's the theme?
This year, darling, it is From Russia with Love.
Wait, I recognize a Russian accent.
Night on the Orient Express.
Oh, that is perfection.
Tell them about the gala, darling.
It's going to be a wonderful night. As you know, Kathy, this is our 6th year hosting this event. It's a great fundraiser for our students, primarily to raise money for STEM programs, but it's also a fun party too.
Well, since I had the opportunity to attend for the first time last year, I had a great time, and I've been practicing. So tell me, do svidaniya.
Oh, very good. You know, my little bit of Russian that I took in college, the "Я говорю по-русски," which means I speak Russian very well.
Yeah.
Don't speak Russian all that well, but I'm going to try for the night.
So
Everything
tell us,
for the theme.
why the change in countries? Because every year you guys highlight a different one.
Absolutely. So we represent 95 different countries in Irving ISD. So we want to highlight each one of the countries that we represent with our students, and that's why we pick a different country every year. So this year's Russia, we've had Madagascar, we had all different types of fun themes.
That's great. So I know that you guys do a great job with laying the theme out for everybody. What's the Four Seasons
Well,
gonna
that's
look
headed
like?
up with Connie Dunn. Connie Dunn turns the Four Seasons into an unbelievable setting. And this year we're having a 7-foot ice bar. And also we'll have ice sculptures, and we've got a huge white owl that we will have people take pictures with.
Oh, I love that. What a great idea.
Yes, and a beautiful train backdrop from which to stand in front of with the owl.
Supporting that whole Orient Express theme.
Yes, and we want to
fantastic.
encourage everyone, of course it's not mandatory, to dress in that style. The Orient Express, furs and bias cut dresses, flapper dresses, those types of things.
Well, I'm in. I think that's a great idea. I love that. So tell us when the event's going to be, Crystal, and I know you guys have a couple of sponsors that you also want to acknowledge.
Yes, it's November 18th at the Four Seasons again. It'll start at 6:30. We want to acknowledge Southgate Constructors. They are our top sponsor of the event. They're the people building 1A3, and we are so thankful to them that they adopted this charity event.
That's great.
We also want to thank Irving International Women's Consortium. They're another large sponsor of ours, and many, many, many others that we want to thank as well. But it'll be a great evening on November 18th.
Well, I am looking forward to all of the fun. Folks, that's November 18th at the Four Seasons, starts at 6:30, and where can we get tickets?
www.irvingschoolsfoundation.org, and it's right there on the homepage, Legacy Gala tickets.
That is great.
And we have wonderful, wonderful prizes, and our live auction is going to have a very exciting signature trip, which we will not tell you about. It'll be a big surprise.
You'll have to be there.
Yes.
You'll have to be there.
Bring your wallets. It's for the children.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here today, ladies. Looking forward to From Russia with Love.
Thank you.
Da. Back to you, Craig.
My friends at Mainstage Irving Las Colinas kick off their razzle-dazzle season with the Broadway smash Chicago. Susan Kamya brings us this preview.
It's the longest running revival of a musical in Broadway history. And all that jazz. Chicago follows Roxy Hart and Velma Kelly, who are vying for fame while they're both on death row.
It is based on an actual story, two actual murderesses who were all the rage back in the 20s. And what's so great about this show is it still resonates today because we are fascinated through the media by anybody that's a bad girl or a bad boy. And that's kind of what Chicago is.
We got a behind-the-scenes look at Mainstage Irving Las Colinas' production of the musical and learned a little more about these feisty characters.
Roxy is, she wants to be a star. That's all she wants. She has been wanting to be a dancer in vaudeville all her life. But life happens and she didn't really get where she wanted to be, and now in probably the worst situation possible, she's getting the publicity and that stardom that she never got before.
Velma Kelly was a vaudeville star who caught her husband cheating with her sister and murdered them, and she is currently in jail trying to build up her trial and her credibility so that when she gets off, she can have an even better career.
Chicago will stay true to the original musical by including all the components of a vaudeville show.
It's got the comedians, it's got the funny, sassy women, it's got the sexy numbers, it's got the sad clown number, but all done through the characters of Chicago. And the show is presented that way. So when you come in, you're going to have kind of a speakeasy feel and see the story kind of evolve in that setting.
Chicago has glitz, glam, music, and murder. And it's all that jazz that should have you rushing to see this show.
There's, really intense dramatic numbers, really fun flippant numbers, and little quips to laugh at. So something for everyone.
Come see it. It's fantastic.
For About Town, this is Susan Comyob.
Chicago runs November 4th through the 19th in the Dupree Theater. Call 972-252-ARTS for tickets and showtimes. Those tickets are selling fast.
A lot of great music comes from the American stage and the screen, like Chicago, and the Irving Symphony has some of that greatness in store for us at their upcoming concert. ISO President Connie Dunn brings us the details. I am so glad to see you.
Thank you. Glad to be back here.
Congratulations on a great season opener.
Oh, we had unprecedented response to Steve Lipia. Not only is he a fabulous performer, but he just mesmerized everyone with the stories that he told. And then later on, we took him over to E. Fratelli. And some of the symphony goers were there, and he just had more stories. He couldn't quit talking.
Oh my goodness, so it was just music all evening and then a party after the music.
It was great.
I think that's wonderful.
But he was a great first season opener, and we just had so many wonderful comments about him.
Well, I love the way you're sort of carrying the season forward because you've got this wonderful, kind of accessible movie scores, the evening of movie scores you're going to be doing.
You know, this concert is going to have something for everyone. Everybody's going to be happy.
Well, there's nothing like a movie spectacular.
Oh, I know. Well, you know, movies are sort of the journal of our times and culture. Mm-hmm. And you remember how you felt when you saw that movie, and you remember who you were with, and just all those great memories that you have associated with movies. And we will have the movie scores of Gravity.
Oh,
and
wow.
Avatar, which was one of my favorites.
I loved Avatar,
and
too.
of course, everyone's favorite, The Lord of the Rings. So those are going to be great movie music. Not a pops concert, although we will have some classical music interspersed with the movie scores. We'll have a piece by Rachmaninoff, variations on a theme of Paganini.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, but it's done for piano and orchestra.
That's right, you've got a guest artist as well.
James Dick, who we are so excited to have back again. He studied at the University of Texas when he first started his studies in music. And he has gone on to have an international career. He is known of a man, he's just a great artist and a classical studier, and he has a school now for students of music called the Round Top Festival Institute. And now I think it's now under the James Dick Institute, but he is really into promoting music among the aspiring artists.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yes.
Love the idea of using your talent to give back. I think that's great.
And he's performed with the Chicago Symphony, the Philadelphia Orchestra, the National Symphony, and all over the world. I just don't know all the names.
Well, we are fortunate to have him back. Yeah.
Yes.
So tell us when this concert's going to be.
November 12th. At 7:30, our new time. We're 30 minutes earlier this year.
Good deal.
So we're excited for everyone to come and enjoy the music with the movies.
Okay, Connie, that sounds like a fabulous concert, and I am certainly looking forward to it. Folks, you can get your tickets by calling 972-252-ARTS, and if you want to know more, go to irvingsymphony.com. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back to you, Craig.
Cynthia Flores returns to About Town with a look at The Handmaiden, the latest genre-breaking film from South Korean director Park Chan-wook.
Hi, I'm excited today because it's fall and we're now starting the season where the important films start coming at us. That being said, I'd like to tell you about the film that swept the 2016 Cannes and Toronto Film Festivals. It comes from celebrated director Chan-wook Park, who gave us Oldboy, Lady Vengeance, and Stoker. I'm talking about The Handmaiden, starring Min-hee Kim, Kim Tae-ri, Jung-woo Ha, and Jin Wong-jo. The story is set in the 1930s Korea during the era of the Japanese occupation. The story revolves around a beautiful heiress who lives a secluded life out on a large countryside estate owned by her domineering uncle. Enter the con man posing as a Japanese count who wants to seduce the lady to elope with him and then rob her of her fortune and lock her in a madhouse. He hires a poor pickpocket to take the job as the handmaiden to the lady. She's supposed to help turn the lady's affections towards him.
아가씨 일과는 간단해. 뒷동산에 산책 가거나 나리마님하고 낭독 연습하거나. 우리 나리마님은 세상 부자 중에서 제일 서책을 사랑하는 분이셔. 세상의 서책 애호가 중에 제일 부자시고. 총독부에도 연줄이 있어서 전기까지 끌어다 쓰는데 이런 댁에 왔으니 네가 얼마나 싹싹한 하녀가 돼야겠니?
The plot to trap the rich young woman who's involved against her will with her creepy uncle's reading parties hits a bump in the road as the handmaiden and the lady grow close to each other in friendship and possibly love.
아, 백장님이 자꾸 포도주를 권하는 바람에. 할만해?
갑갑해요. 아가씨들은 어떻게 이러고 살아요?
이게 갑갑하다고?
아가씨, 저 죽어요!
이렇게 노니까 너 아가씨 같다, 그치?
The Handmaiden is rated R. It's a wonderful sting movie that keeps you guessing to the very end who is actually getting the better of whom. Just a heads up, this is a very adult-themed film with graphic sex scenes and themes that would make 50 Shades of Grey blush. It's also one of the best movies out this year. So if you're in for an adult double-cross movie set in lush Japanese costuming, then you must see this brilliant film.
헤비!
それ以上入っちゃダメ。
肝に銘じておけ。蛇は無知の境界線だ。
뱀이다.
The Handmaiden is currently playing at the Angelica Film Center in Dallas and the AMC Grapevine Mills 30.
Veterans Day is November 11th, and big plans are in the works for this year's Unite for Troops event, honoring our vets and those who still proudly serve. Cindy Porter brings us the details. You know, I'm always so glad to see you.
Me too.
And this is one of those events that I look so forward to every year because you guys pack a lot into that 5 or 6 hours that you are out there at Porter's Army-Navy store. So let's talk about that first. This is a store that has served many generations of Irving folks. Can you talk us through that?
This is our 70th year anniversary.
Wow.
Our store started as a war surplus in 1946 when it was hard to find a job when you came out of the war. Our uncle found some surplus rubber. There were new tires that I could make a living. So since then, we've had 3 official generations of family who have run the store, but there are 2 more I count, which is my husband's grandfather who worked part-time and sometimes our grandchildren. That makes 5.
Yeah, and that's wonderful. And that's really what the event feels like. It feels like a big family. You guys have done this every year since 9/11.
Yes.
What are we looking forward to this year?
Well, we always divide it into 3 parts, and it's just one event. One of them is our troops, primarily. We ask everybody to bring supplies. All the supplies come from people. And when you send 400 boxes, think of how many people it takes to fill 1 box of toothbrushes and toiletries and snacks. We have 5 countries who are asking for our help. Afghanistan, Kuwait, Africa, Dubai, and Alaska. And Afghanistan has 3 units, one of them medical. So the supply list can be found on our Facebook page or on our webpage, or come by the store. We have plenty of flyers.
Absolutely.
The second part is our veterans, and we were one of the first to acknowledge our veterans when the war began. And now it's so wonderful to see our country step up and take care of them. So we give them our ribbons and to acknowledge them, and we invite everybody else to come out and meet them. And it's not just to support the veterans and let them know you care, but it also gives you a chance to put a face with your freedom.
Yeah, that's a good idea, absolutely. So tell us when the event is this year.
It is November 12th. It's on Saturday. It's in like a week and a half. And it'll be at our store, Porter's Army-Navy, 600 East Irving Boulevard. The parking is at Heritage Center. We have a shuttle bus that will bring you around.
Okay, great.
And it's a great family day. It's a great free day. We have tons of kids' activities with games and bounce houses and all sorts of fun stuff to do.
Well, I've been able to attend for the past several years, and I'll tell you, there is nothing like the group of folks that turns out, and everybody's having a great time, and having an opportunity to say thank you to the folks who serve and who have served. It's just a wonderful thing. Thank you guys for doing that. I think that's so important.
Oh, thank you.
Back to you, Craig.
There are 4 stunning exhibits on display at the Irving Art Center, including retired architect Robert Batson's Weaving Paint, a Concept Revisited. Kathy caught up with the Irving resident to learn more about his work.
Irving artist Robert Batson creates canvases so densely textured and layered with color that at first glance you might think you're looking at a textile. He's got some very specific building blocks for his work.
Color, texture, geometry, pattern, structure.
And a definite influence.
Inspired by the abstract expressionist, especially Jackson Pollock. I really got sucked into it in, I think it was the history of American art, and the instructor put up a Jackson Pollock and I almost fell out of my chair. I like the looseness of the way Pollock painted. I can fall into a Jackson Pollock and stand there for a half hour and just, kind of get lost, in what he did with the paint and the illusion of depth that he created.
Batson especially admires Pollock's technique.
I look at his paintings and I can see how he painted them. How he put the paint on in the layers, and, he painted with a stick or whatever else. He falls into a class or a school of what's called action painting.
Batson's work also falls into the action painting genre. His exhibit in the Irving Art Center Focus Gallery is Weaving Paint, a Concept Revisited.
These are all either loosely or very directly inspired by specific textiles from various regions, Peru and Mexico and Guatemala, and I spent a lot of time in northern New Mexico, and I like the blankets and the clothing and the texture and the colors, and again the geometry and the pattern, and I have sort of taken that as a source of inspiration, which is where the title of the exhibit comes from, Weaving Paint.
A longtime Irving resident, Batson is an architect by trade. He can't tell you when his interest in art began.
My family moved here when I was 2. People ask me when I started drawing. I don't know, because I can't remember. I've just always done it. I jokingly tell people that, I was a happy boy when I got a new Mickey Mouse coloring book and a new box of crayons. But I can't remember when I wasn't drawing. But I took art at Crockett Junior High School, and I took it at Irving High School. Graduated at 65, went to Texas Tech for 5 years, got a degree in architecture. And then went to the University of Dallas, got a master's degree in art there. And that's when I discovered the abstract painting.
Batson's work has a similar depth and density as the artists he admires, overlaid with structure that appeals to him as an architect. The exhibit is a true high point in his artistic life.
I personally couldn't be more pleased with the look of the exhibit. To heck with the paintings, the exhibit as a whole, I still get a thrill when I come in here. Who the heck did this? That guy's good. Oh, it's me.
This is Kathy Whiteman reporting.
Weaving Paint continues in the Focus Gallery through November 20th. Visit irvingartcenter.com for more information.
The entertainment series continues their 2016-2017 season with another exciting concert. Mary Higbee and Jeff Gardner join me with the details. Welcome.
Thank you.
Great to see you both.
Great to be here.
So this is the 61st season.
It is.
And you guys kicked it off with a bang.
We did. We had the 3 redneck tenors and had such a good time. And now we had to bring something that was equally as good, so we have Melinda Doolittle coming up on Monday, the 14th of November.
So Melinda Doolittle's name might be recognizable to folks that are fans of American Idol. Can you tell us a little bit about her?
That's right. Melinda Doolittle made it all the way to the finals in the 6th season of American Idol. And there are some judges on the panel who felt she should have won, but his name begins with S. But we're so excited. She's a fantastic performer, a wonderful, soulful singer, and we think that folks here in Irving are going to love it.
Well, I'll tell you, that was the last season that I actually watched American Idol, and I really wanted her to win. So there we are. The vote's been cast, though. There we are. So, Mary, tell us again when the concert's happening.
It's going to be on Monday, the 14th of November, 7:30 at the Irving Arts Center. Tickets are available through the Irving Arts Center box office.
Fantastic. And folks, if you want to know a little bit more about the entertainment series, which, as I said, is celebrating 61 years of great music and entertainment in this town, go to entertainmentseries.com. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Back to you, Craig.
Another excellent exhibit at the Irving Art Center is the 5th annual juried exhibition of contemporary Islamic art, continuing through November 13th in the main gallery. Here's a look and a list of other not-to-be-missed events about town.
And here's some other exciting events happening about town. Kick off your holiday season with some community spirit by participating in the Holiday Extravaganza Parade. Cars, floats, and walking groups are invited to celebrate the theme Christmas Tales and Toys. You can register online free through Monday, November 14th at irvingevents.org. BAPS of Irving invites the community to the annual Diwali celebration, Saturday, November 5th at noon at the Sri Swaminarayan Mandir on North Highway 161. Visit BAPS.org for more information.
And you still have time to catch Lyric Stage's production of the I Sing, but hurry. The show closes Sunday, November 6th with a matinee at 2:30 p.m. Call 972-252-ARTS for tickets. And the DFW Humane Society presents the Black Hollow Affair 2016 on Sunday, November 13th from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Four Seasons Resort and Club. Visit dfwhumane.com for details. And that wraps up this edition of About Town. Thanks for joining us.
We're so glad that you did. Please tune in next time for highlights from the Big Read 2016.
We'll also meet the Everman family and learn about their ministry, Lost and Found.
We'll leave you tonight with Petty Theft in performance at the cool October concert at the Four Seasons. For About Town, I'm Kathy White.
And I'm Craig Bowman. Have a great evening. About Town.
Can we get to the point? Let's roll another joint.